Okay, here we are today in our hotel room doing a YouTube video regarding a thing I just watched about Dr. Brene Brown YouTube video. Um, First part of it is we're going to try to describe Brene Brown's leadership philosophy. Best as I could describe it is courage through vulnerability. She mentions that as like a recurring theme in everything she says. And I kind of understand what she says, what it means when she says that. You have to leave yourself open a little bit in order to be brave. There's no way around that. The best quotes, I mean, she really had some good ones on there, but describing basically that there is no courage without vulnerability is one of my favorites. Her leadership philosophy, it says to try to identify a gap in my own or a weakness in my own by reading, by studying hers. If anything, it would probably be the vulnerability part. I really don't feel that that's so much part of my philosophy for leaders to be vulnerable. I understand there's no courage or no bravery without fear. If nothing else, two tours in Iraq and then El Salvador when I was younger taught me that you're going to be afraid. It's stupid if you're not afraid in dangerous situations, but people that do what they have to do anyway, that's bravery, that's courage. So pretty much that also kind of helps with the next part about how would I best use this to strengthen and help my own leadership philosophy, a way I could capitalize on it even more effective. That's pretty easy because I could use a lot of this of what she says. The part she puts in there about how if you're gonna be brave, you expect to get your ass kicked. That could not be truer, and that's what really makes bravery, the fact that you're willing to go even though you know you're probably going to get your ass kicked sometimes, or you definitely will sometimes. So my philosophy has always been pretty much that we'll do the right thing first. We'll fight as hard as we can fight. We'll do whatever we got to do. And if we get the crap kicked out of us, we get the crap kicked out of us. Nobody's expecting you to be Muhammad Ali. They're just expecting you to stand up for what's right. The final part of this is called her 4 skill sets of courage. What it is, what does it look like? She didn't spend as much time on this as I would have liked, but as near as I can understand it, the first skill set she described as rumbling with vulnerability. So I think she just means, you're fighting your way through that, being vulnerable, and you're still showing your bravery. The second part was living into your values. And that would be like she said there one time about she asked some guy, if you're on the road so much, how can you walk your talk? In other words, if you're not really doing it, how can you talk about it or how can you claim it? So living into your values, if you're going to claim to be a leader and someone who gets things done and does the right thing and has morals, you have to do that. You have to live it. You just can't say it. Number 3 was braving trust. And believe me, trusting people is scary, so bravery is required. The final part, learning to rise. And I wrote in parentheses, get up after falling. That's something everybody needs to learn to do. It's like, even though how much you want to protect your children, sometimes you have to let them fall so they learn how to get back up again. So that probably is my favorite of the 4 is learning to rise. It's not something you're born with. It's something you got to learn to do. You got to learn that, all right, I didn't make it this time, but there's another day. This dog's got another fight in him, so I'm getting back up and going after it. Okay, that was the easy part. Now was the hard part. I got to figure out how to upload this damn thing. Thank you. Bye-bye.